Notice these people have become pathetic. I mean, they stopped being comedians and they started becoming political activists. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel out here crying. I mean, it's pathetic. And so my question is, if you're going to have a late night comedy show, at some point people might expect it to be funny and not just a constant political screed against one party. And I don't know that this activism for 4 more years is sustainable if you're going to market something as comedy, but the actual product is nothing more than sort of lowbrow political act.
Trump's got a whole new generation of thinkers lined up, including his newly confirmed Secretary of Homeland Security.
Why a lot of the late shows have struggled.
Oh,
because all they did during the only person they could make fun of at a certain point was just like white redneck kind of people, and then everything tanked after that.
They all became the same show.
Yeah.
And they all became so about their politics and who's good and who's bad. And it's like, imagine sitting next to someone like Lane.
Oh,
bro, you'd be like, how do I get out of this fucking seat?
Before he was elected to the Senate, Mark Wayne Mullen was a low-level MMA fighter and a plumber. It worked for Super Mario. Why not Mark Wayne?
I love how everybody in the audience is laughing along with Jimmy Kimmel, not realizing that he's making fun of them. Anybody who gets their hands dirty for a living, you're too stupid to know what's really going on. But it's always funny to me that Democrats still think that going to an Ivy League college or even having 50 years of experience in politics makes you any smarter or any better than anybody else. Let's remember, we currently have experts and people in office arguing over whether or not we should have tampons in men's bathrooms. Sorry, but if it's a choice between an Ivy League graduate who thinks that men can get pregnant and a plumber/MMA fighter with real-world experience who's still connected to everyday people, I'll take the plumber. Thanks, Jimmy.
Yes, Jimmy is facing backlash after mocking DHS Secretary Monan's background as a plumber, saying we have a plumber protecting us from critics online and in Washington called the remarks dismissive of working-class professions. I don't know who told Jimmy this was actually a good joke, because a lot of people are calling him out for who he is. If you see a video like this legend actor calling out the Late Show, they are just out to pass their political agenda. This is all they do every single time. I don't know if they actually believe this is a joke. For a very long time, Jimmy is always not funny. When people say it, some will say, no, that is a lie. If you look into this whole video I'm about to show you,
it's a good message for a lot of people in the entertainment business these days. I just feel like, because you have a platform doesn't mean that you get to preach to everybody.
Thank you. Tell that to the Oscars.
I honestly believe that, we're very fortunate to be in this position. And I spend a lot of time in the Midwest, so I get to see what they actually think about, us. And they're not afraid to tell me. And, I have this, I'll never forget this. I was going to play golf with a buddy in Georgia about 10 years ago. And he meets me at the airport with a t-shirt that says, nobody cares what actors think. And I was like, damn, that's really funny. That's really good. And that always stuck with me because it's true. They don't, my job, and that's why I have real strong opinions about things, but I don't really talk about it because it's like, why, why would I, alienate half my audience? Because I respect their views on things. But I'm not going to preach to them. They can believe what they want to believe. I'm just here to, make cool stuff. If you really want to be successful in this business, why would you make half of your audience despise you by your political beliefs? Maybe they don't care. I don't know. I look at it as a business decision. I'm here just to make cool movies, cool TV. I'm here to make cool stuff. And I'm the court jester, If I want to preach to you about what I believe politically, I'll go run for office, which I'm not going to do, by the way.
A whole whole new generation of thinkers lined up, including his newly confirmed Secretary of Homeland Security, Mark Wayne, Chuck Mike, Bruce Dave Mullen. Maybe Mellon's better. He is the now former senator of Oklahoma. Before he was elected to the Senate, Mark Wayne Mullen was a low-level MMA fighter and a plumber. That's right. We have a plumber protecting us from...
Yes, Jimmy is roasted on social media for doing something crazy. I don't know if you've seen this. Very concerning. When you take a look at this, when Mullen was 20, his dad took a turn. He dropped out of college to run the family business. He built it from 6 people into a multi-million-dollar company with 150 employees. He's a pillar of his community, and Jimmy can't even tell a funny joke. Jimmy mocked this man, and he was thinking it's a good idea. A lot of people didn't see this to be okay. They are criticizing him like never before. I don't know if these people are just activists or what exactly.
Trump's got a whole new generation of thinkers like...
There's no low-level MMA fighter. If you're not a part of the club, then you're not smart enough to run an agency. But who do you think America identifies more, Mark Wayne Mullen or Jimmy Kimmel?
We relate to the blue-collar worker. That's what America, we all originally came from nothing, and we all had to work our way up and achieve the American dream. But you know what I call that? I call that grit. To go from a plumber to a multi-million-dollar company, and then to become a senator, and then to become a cabinet member. That's more relatable, a plumber and his hard work, than any elite in Hollywood that's on TV every day.
What is amazing with this is that even Democrats don't see this to be okay. Yeah. You know, the Late Show used to be funny when I started reacting, putting out videos on this platform. Along the way, when Trump came in, it has become something else. There is nothing these people will do that they can even have views without mentioning Trump's name. And it's boring every single time. I really don't know what they would do if Trump is not into politics again. I really want to see how they'll be doing, because it gets crazy every single time. This is someone, from all indication, he is qualified for this job. But Jimmy will always be Jimmy. When Christina was there, Jimmy was singing this song every single time. Oh, Christina this, oh, Chris. Now, Trump decided to remove her. This one came in. Jimmy had to go back and attack his profession. Like, it's a bad thing. You know, it's crazy. If you have hatred towards someone, don't express it this way. Sometimes pretend like everything is okay. Because you dislike Trump doesn't mean any person that he takes in to work with the administration is a bad person. The hypocrisy is, there were incompetent people working with the Biden administration. Jimmy will appreciate them.
At this point, I want them to stop.
Normal? Did you see that?
I know.
He was asked about, I guess, how the Democrats can win. And I think that phrase is going to bubble up. He said they have to learn to be more culturally normal.
God bless you abundantly. I just wanted you to see these kind of reactions. As of the short clips at the end, that is for white algorithm. You can whisk it.
He's still
The Oscars So White campaign, someone must wear a ribbon that says, "We won."
You're right. Every day is something new.
That Trump laid in the State of the Union address.
To get here. Trump! Go Trump! Hey, Murphy, you're scumbag. Thanks, man.
Our chamber is chanting USA. Philip.
He utilized almost like these game show type moments where you're seeing awards being presented.
Just so and did not shake her hand there.
Here's the video. He shook everyone's hand. Everyone. Here's the Chief Justice. All of them got their hands shaken.
To the point where they had to come back on the air and say this in Stop 33.
But we should point out as he walks in, he's pretty close to the justices again as he comes.
Other than illegal on either of those two, I think they took his bait.
Can take away from the joyous moment as all Americans. And why are they putting a medal?
Oh, he's already under scrutiny for 1,000 reasons. Carol Patel posted this on X.
Job.
I get suspicious when any
person's home. It's very easy to.
This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today.
The country's in such emotional turmoil.
And Republicans on both sides. You're
so amazing. And wasn't it so great?
When it can be hard to hope.
Hey, girl.